danger. It's danger.
Everybody come to the Breakfast Club. I call this the hot seat.
Y'all are wild. Can I live?
You are out of control. I can't even deal with you.
Y'all are so petty. Why are y'all so petty?
The world's most dangerous morning show. DJ Envy.
Captain of this bitch.
Angela Yee.
I stay in everybody's business, but in a good way.
Charlamagne the God.
The ruler rubbing you the wrong way.
The Breakfast Club.
Ain't for everybody.
I'm dialing.
Hey, what you doing, man?
I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up? This is your boy Flex Luger from Dover, Delaware, man.
Okay.
Dover, Delaware. What up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Man, listen. No disrespect to all the MCs or whatever, man, but I just want to let y'all know. My name is Flex Luger. I'm a 42-year-old rapper, and I'm coming, man. I know y'all gonna clown me.
Let's hear something since you're so confident.
Oh, I'm very confident. Oh, you want to hear something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, then, all right, that's all good.
You don't sound so confident.
I remember I was growing up. I was dreaming blowing up. Steady doing shows, damn, why nobody showing up? I ain't had no crack prices steady going up. Chilling with your bows, big jeans, dudes know what's up. Only had a couple homies. I ain't never do the phonies. Favorite song was Tenderoni. Used to fight my cousin Tony. Mama used to pray for me. She still do it faithfully. All I heard was hand jokes. My dude, it was pricking me. Had to pick my up.
Okay. All right. All right.
Hey, man, I got a song on all platforms. Pain I Feel, Flex Luger. I ain't trying to network and steal the show. I'm just saying, man, I'm hungry, Envy. I've been doing this for years, Envy. My name is Flex Luger. Pain I Feel, all platforms. Angela Lee put me on the show. I talk nasty and everything. I ain't playing.
Flex, what do you do? What's your 9 to 5?
Man, I'm working at Kimberly Clark right now in South Carolina, dog. But that's only temporary because when Pain I Feel get off the ground, it's over with. I promise you.
Let me ask you.
Pain I Feel all platforms.
Let me ask you a question. When do you, as like an entrepreneur, you start a business and it doesn't work. When do you let that business go? So when do you say, you know what, I ain't gonna rap anymore?
You know what? That's a good point, Envy. I'm not lying to you, man. But I'm so passionate about it, dog. I feel like I'm going to still be on the tip of, writing music for people, man. I'm going to always have a 9 to 5.
How long you been doing music?
I've been doing it for a long time, Angela. I really have.
What's a long time?
I fell in love with it when I was like 10 years old, man.
Okay.
I know it's over. I know.
Ain't nobody saying that. You were so confident a minute ago. Don't do that.
That's a question. I mean,
Envy's a DJ. You don't know what he might be able to do for you.
Nothing.
Right. I'm still confident though. Right. Envy just said, nah, I heard that.
No, I said nothing. But y'all not stay with it, man. Everybody has their chance, and maybe you just haven't had your chance yet.
Our camera guy Nick said, keep going.
I'll never tell anybody to stop what they doing, but sometimes like with any business, you gotta know when to fold.
Nah, that's fact.
Know when to fold.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean?
I think it's know when to hold them.
Oh, hold them. Oh, my
fold
bad.
and hold. You can't know when to fold and then know when to fold again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes?
Yo, Envy Angela, I just ask y'all, man. I don't want to do nothing harmful, man. I'm just asking y'all. Please go hear my song, Pain I Feel, Flex Luger, all platforms, streaming everywhere.
All right.
I got a whole album out. Broken Promise.
He sound like he from Queens, right, Envy?
Definitely doesn't sound like he from Queens. Sound like he from Brooklyn. Sometimes you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold. That's how you say it?
Okay.
All right, so maybe he should fold them. Hello, who's this?
Hey, man, good morning. This is Russ.
Russ, what's happening, King?
Get it off your chest, Russ.
Nothing, man. Hey, man, let me first say, I've been listening to y'all since I was in 9th grade, right?
How old are you now?
I'm 23 years old.
Lord have mercy. Boy, we've been around too long.
Man, listen, I called y'all back when I was in 10th grade in high school, and Envy hung up on me because he couldn't get my name right.
Russ? I couldn't get Russ right?
Sounds about right.
He kept saying rough.
Envy's communication has improved a lot over the years.
Russ, this is too difficult. Hang up on him.
I think that's a lie, Russ, but go ahead, I'll let you live.
Right? But anyway, I remember what I was mad about back then. I was mad because, I'm from Baltimore, man, and y'all not on 92Q. So I was mad about that. But hey, Charlamagne, you know what I'm doing today?
Masturbating. What?
Nah.
Some things don't change.
Besides that,
what, sir?
I'm going to read your book, Anxiety Playing Tricks on Me.
Shook one. Yes, sir.
Exactly, because, I took a mental health day today, so I called out of work.
Oh, man. Listen, we got to do that from time to time. What you having anxiety about today, brother?
Man, Monday morning, I was on my way to a job interview, and I had crashed my car, man. That just ruined my week.
Damn. Well,
yeah, man.
Shake it off, my brother. I'm glad you're taking a mental health day today. Yesterday was a day that you should have, did some energy cleansing, man. Maybe take a salt bath, write down your long-term goals, manifest some things in your life, but you can still do that today.
Yeah, man, I'm a journal today. I'm gonna get my feelings off my chest and write it down. Look back on this day, and I know it's not gonna be a big deal. So I'm just trying to push through.
I love this, my brother.
Right,
I love how you living, King.
Have a good one. You be
Absolutely.
safe.
Hey, man, y'all have a good morning. Thanks for answering my phone call. It's made me feel a lot better.
Hey, Russ, I'm gonna put you on hold. I'm gonna send you some more things to read. I'm gonna send you Dr. Rita Walker, The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. That's one I recommend to everybody, man. I'm gonna send you that.
If you can autograph that for me too, that'd be helpful.
It's not mine to autograph, but I'll send it to you.
Oh, damn, man.
I got you, King. I'm gonna send it to you.
Hold on. Right. Don't hang up. Hold on.
All right, I hang on.
You're on line 7. Hello, who's this?
Hey, DJ Envy, this is Uber Mike.
Uber Mike, what up, bro? Get it off your chest.
How you doing? 2 things. First thing, thank you for sending us a shout out yesterday, but I only got one problem. I don't like wait on people when I pull up. I don't like wait. You hit confirm, that means you're ready to go.
Nah, it don't, because I'm that type of person. Because sometimes Uber say they'll be there in 10 minutes and it take 15 minutes and I don't be waiting outside. So if I'm staying at a hotel, I'm doing something, I usually wait till you outside and I start walking to you.
Okay, and then Angela Yee, when is Yee Day? I want to come to your Yee Day.
August 28th. I'm already starting. Yes, I've already been planning it. It's going to be amazing this year. I can't wait.
Okay, I'll be there. And last thing, I promise you, this is Charlamagne.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know that fear we have when somebody pull up on side of you on the car?
Yes, sir.
That fear I got. That's why I don't like waiting. A car be putting up along beside you. That fear we got.
Hey, it's called, you talking about the anxiety, but I'm going to tell you something. I couldn't be an Uber driver, bro. Dealing with all them strangers every day and random people jumping in and out, exchanging that type different energy with different people all day. Lord have mercy.
Oh, man, it's a blessing, man. I love talking to people, man. I have 10,000 pickups, man. It's amazing.
Okay.
And I read that story the other day, and it gave me anxiety for all the Uber and Lyft drivers about the young lady who got killed.
Yeah.
And she was begging for her life. She had 4 kids. Damn.
Yeah. Y'all have a blessed morning, man.
Yes, sir.
Safe out there, brother.
All right.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
Say it with your chest.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
This ball calling for the 313. Good morning.
313, what's happening? That's Detroit, right?
That's
Yes,
Detroit.
it is.
Yes, sir.
What up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Okay, first of all, I want to say good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning.
Good morning, DJ Envy.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning, Charlamagne the Great.
Peace, King. How are you, black man?
Hey, I'm all right, brother. I'm all right. I just want to say that about my girl, I love her. We've been together 14 years.
Hey.
And I just want to say her name is Brandy Michelle Foster. I just want to say how much I love her. I appreciate everything that she do for me and my family and my kids.
Aww.
I would never forsake her. I would never take her for granted. I would never play with her. I don't do that. I wish all black men to do the same thing because there's not a lot of women out there that's real and that's going to hold you down like my BFF do me. When I say my baby hold me down, it's no limit. I don't even think about another female. Everybody talking about they want Beyonce and Rihanna. I want a Brandy. I don't want none of that. I want a Brandy.
You want your Brandy, that's right.
Yeah, not Brandy.
You're not Brandy, you want your Brandy.
14 years.
My Brandy.
There you go.
Brandy Michelle Foster. That's her name. That's my baby, and I love her.
There you go, brother.
That's beautiful, my king.
Have a good one.
Y'all too as well.
I mean, he said it like he got options though.
Yeah, he said it like something just happened.
I'm just saying, he did, but it's
I don't know what happened.
I don't want me a Rihanna. I don't want. Do you have the option to have?
You must just
Rihanna?
like the picture or something.
Yeah.
You can only say you don't want something
He was
if
like,
you can
yo,
actually
babe,
get it.
make sure you listen this morning to Breakfast Club, okay?
Don't do him like that. He just loves his baby. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Caesar.
Hey, what's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Hey, Caesar.
I meant to use an anonymous name. Hey, everybody.
Too late.
Oh, my goodness.
Charlamagne.
Peace.
What's up, bro?
Cool.
Do you want to change your name now?
Yeah, man, I just didn't get off my chest real quick. I'm sorry for cutting you off, because I don't like when Charlamagne and Envy do that to you. But yeah, let me get off my chest. I don't like when people be trying to take, I don't like when other people be trying to take other people back and still hold like a like a grudge against it, you know? Like, for example, if a dude cheats on a girl, and he like, I forgive you, I take you back, but like month, week, years down the road, you still like throwing it back in my face. That's like, come on now.
So this just happened.
What are you doing?
This just happened to you, Caesar?
I mean, yeah, but this is like some long ago type stuff, you know. But I'm talking about like even nowadays, you know, like I see my partners go through it, vice versa. I see females go through it with guys. It's like, hey, don't take them back if you're not going to 100% forgive them, you know.
Well, I would say this: sometimes things trigger you, you know. So you might have forgiven somebody, but that doesn't mean that you completely forget it. And so there might be certain times when you fall back into some old habits. It takes a long time to build up that trust. So it's an effort on both people's parts, though. I do agree you can't just keep on beating somebody up after you said, let's work on it. But every now and then, you know, you don't intend for it to happen, but you get a little mad.
You're right. We all human. We all get trying to, you know, live our best lives out here. I feel you.
Well, thank you, bro. Good luck, man. Hello, who's this?
Yo, it's Ron from Cincinnati.
Ron, what's up, man? You want to holler at Charla?
Yeah, hey, first of all, man, I just wanted to give you your roses now. You know, for the work that you do, man, with mental health. Like, I mean, you do a great job, man, with not just the awareness piece, but also, you know, trying to implement in a way for people to really, you know, to heal and to deal with their mental health, right?
Thank you, King.
Man, it's all good. I sent some T-shirts to you guys, too, man. So I created some depression T-shirts that said that I make up look good. You guys get it?
No,
you make what look good?
I make stuff look good. So that's what the T-shirts say. They're depression T-shirts, right?
Okay.
You know, for people, man, that's struggling, you know, depression and different, you know, different areas, right? And basically it's saying that, listen, you don't see what's going on inside because, like, you know, with a lot of mental health issues, it's not like a cold when you see the symptoms. You know what I'm saying? So people don't see the symptoms of PTSD and other issues. So basically, you know, what I tell people here in Cincinnati is, man, listen, go get your hair done, get your nails done, guys. Go get your beard shaved and put your outfit on and make look good.
All right, bro. Okay.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Bro. Well, thank you, man. You have a good day, man. Have a good morning.
All right, bro.
All righty, man. Hello, who's this?
This is Tempe.
Hey, good morning, mama. Get it off your chest.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Good morning, y'all. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy born day.
Oh my gosh, Charlamagne. I'm so excited to talk to you. Sorry, y'all.
What you doing this weekend?
Well, right now, later on, my mom's going to come get me. We can go, you know, to the spa and stuff.
Oh, that is really nice. I like that. A spa day with your mama.
Yeah, enjoy your day, mama.
Thank you. I have a question for Charlamagne, though.
Yes, ma'am.
Charlamagne, I've been buying all these books, right? Because you recommended them. But the only book I don't have is yours. Is there any way I can get it for a birthday gift?
Which one I got you. Which one you want?
Say both.
The first one. I'm going to start with the first one.
You want Black Privilege? All right, I got you.
Sir.
I'm going to put you on hold and get your address.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed one.
All right,
ma'am.
Happy birthday.
Hold on one second.
Thank you again.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building. From the Gathering Spot, we have Ryan Wilson and TK Peterson. Welcome, guys.
Good to be here.
Greenwood and the Gathering Spot, sir.
Well, let's break it down for people that don't know. What is the Gathering Spot?
So the Gathering Spot is a private network that we established in Atlanta in 2016. Mm-hmm. We're in the community business. We figure out how to connect people. Youngest member is 21, oldest is 90. So we spend time building connections, hosting programs, and then we have physical clubs across the country.
Mm-hmm.
They actually just had Mary J. Blige's
Strength of a Woman.
Yeah, Strength of a Woman. Their whole entire event was there at the Gathering Spot.
Mm-hmm. So how can people become a member if they wanted to become a member of the Gathering Spot?
So you go online, right? We have a process that starts there. You'll get in contact with a person on our membership team, and then we interview everybody, right? It's really important for us to get to know every single member of the community to make those connections that I was talking about. Mm-hmm. We've got to spend time really understanding what makes you, you. And then from there, we send out acceptances. So it kind of works like college. You put your application in, and then we'll tell you soon after if you're a member.
How many members are there?
There's 12,000 across the country.
Across the country. Now, with membership, what does that include? What do I get with the membership, and how much is the membership fees? And why would somebody want to do it?
Gotcha. So the membership includes access to the physical locations we have. So in Atlanta, we have about 25,000 square feet. In DC and LA, roughly the same size. So physical clubs that have event space, a private restaurant and bar, and a workspace with private offices and conference rooms. The thought being that anything you would need to do in a modern day's worth of work, you can do inside of the space, both professional and social. And then we have our own content platform, digital platform there, and local perks and different benefits. But the biggest attraction to being a part of the community is that one another. You're meeting other people who are like-minded and highly driven and see value in being part of something that's larger than themselves. So very similar to college, where you're meeting people who are lifelong friends and partners and different things. This is how you keep that connectivity beyond the educational setting and with you for the rest of your life, hopefully.
Interestingly enough, when I started my private label store in Detroit, the meeting that I had with my partner, Mikey, was at the Gathering Spot. So that's where we actually had our first initial meeting in person to kind of talk about getting things started. So
like stories like that are what it's about for us. Like we look now, it's been almost 7 years since TGS opened, and there's so many business partners and relationships. We even have TGS babies where people are like, I met at TGS, and now look at us. That's why we started it.
You need a good side piece at the Gathering Spot.
Hey, look, there are a lot of different relationships that have been created. That's all I'll say. And that's again, though, when we were talking about this in 2013, that was the plan. Like, how do we create, a place, but a network where we can build with one another, right? Knowing that there's not enough places around the country to be able to do that. So we started in Atlanta, but we're building them all over the country now.
Now, what is membership fees? How much does it cost to be a membership? And can I bring in people? Because, how does that work?
Yeah, great question. The fees it's $200 a month or $2,000 for the year to be a member of the Gathering Spot. And you're allowed 3 guests pretty much at any time without giving advance notice. If you need more than that, we ask that you reach out so we can make sure that there's enough space for your guests.
What made you decide Atlanta was the right place to start?
I think Atlanta is one of the more important cities in the country, right? And we've believed that for a really long time. But if you look between the colleges and universities, the big businesses that are there, the small businesses and startups that are there, and then you've got the culture that's coming out of the city, right? That special sauce, we couldn't pass that up, right? That's what you see inside of the club. You'll see people who are wearing suits and ties sitting next to people who are wearing T-shirts and jeans, right? And so our goal is to try to figure out how to make them talk to each other, but you have to be in a city that understands and kind of moves in that way already. And so we planted it in Atlanta, but we're in the community business. So, we're at this point able to do this work all over the country.
And then DC, right? Also.
So, DC was the second one. And then we recently opened another in Los Angeles. And that's the physical clubs. But we have membership communities, actually one here in New York, Chicago, Detroit, Houston, Charlotte. So there are TGS folks everywhere.
Now I was going to ask, Drake talks about kicking it with Jack Harlow at the Gathering Spot. So you have celebrities as well that are members, or do you have celebrities that, come through because they feel safe?
I used to always see T.I. there.
Yeah, Tip's our brother, man. He is a longtime supporter, showed us a lot of love, the whole Grand Hustle team. We're forever thankful for their support very early on. But we have celebrity members. Oftentimes we have a lot of people who the team around the celebrity is oftentimes the member. So they're like manager, their assistant, their attorney. So the apparatus around them. And then because of that, they're familiar with the space, and because it's a private community, they have private get-togethers regularly. So we're fortunate that we've worked with Drake and the OVO team several times over the years. It's always a great time with them.
Now, why would you turn somebody down if they wanted to become a member? Why would you turn them down?
So we're looking for people who are connectors, right? So if you're one of those people that likes to walk in rooms and just pass out your business card and not say anything, and the interaction is really transactional, you're probably not a good fit for TGS.
But forget it, Envy.
Shut up. Like this is about relationships, right? So if you're not a person that displays interest in building real relationships, this is probably not the best environment for you. We ask a lot of questions in our interview, but the main thing that we're asking, and the question that everyone gets, is what animates you outside of the office. And we really care about the answer to that question. Like, you have to talk to us about that other thing that you're passionate about. That's what we ultimately build programs around. So it's important to get to you, like the real you. And if you don't want to bring that to the table, again, like this is probably not the best place for you.
All right, now this always fascinates me. So I want to get to the Greenwood part, where you guys have done this whole partnership. Now the wording is Greenwood acquired the gathering spot. And so as people who have built this up, right, as a baby from the beginning, what was the thinking behind you making that decision to go into business with Greenwood?
So there are a lot of things in this, right? But first and foremost, if you look at what we've been talking about at TGS for years, right? So the pandemic hits, and we had a very vocal campaign called We All We Got. Yeah. And the thing that we were talking about was we've got to support one another and like be radical in that support. Mm-hmm. That's us talking a lot, though, about money, right? And so the conversation that was happening a lot in the community is that we just don't have access to the right resources and the right tools to be able to advance our personal and our business interests. So what we're doing with Greenwood is something that really is special, right? When you hear the term black on black, a lot of times that phrase doesn't end positively, but in this context, it does, right? This is black on black M&A, and we're working together to build a really, really big company, knowing that if we bring the community that we have at TGS now together with the financial tools and resources that Greenwood has, those two things together are super, super powerful. So we decided it was better to go with each other than to be trying to build a business separately.
Now, are black people only allowed at the gathering spot?
You just said Jack Harlow was there.
No, I'm saying, I don't know if he's a member. He might have came with somebody else. That's what I'm asking.
That would be racist.
Both businesses
have racist clubs against us. I'm just asking. Am I right?
No. So look, we are specific at TGS and at Greenwood that while everybody is welcome, we are speaking to our community directly, right? And so that is where we are focused, right? We're talking to black folks and have never mixed words about that. It's important for us to have places. You mentioned safety earlier. We have to have places where we are safe and can build and grow with one another. So again, everyone's welcome, but we are definitely specific about where
we have a perspective. I think something that Ryan has said over the years that's true is that there's places where we're tolerated or accepted. This is a place that was built for us. This is black owned, black managed, black operated. Absolutely. This is our platform.
All right, we got more with the owners from the gathering spot. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
We are the Breakfast Club. I got to remind you guys, my car show happens July 9th in Atlanta. Your favorite celebrity cars like 50 Cent, Bun B, Pastor Troy, Jeezy, Rick Ross, Carlos Miller, Killer Mike. But since we're talking Atlanta, we got the brothers from the gathering spots here. Yee?
Now, let me ask you this. So we talk about working in tandem, right? Black on black, but in a positive way.
Yes, indeed.
So why acquiring and not a partnership?
So, I mean, that really got down to just the way that the best way to construct the deal, right? I mean, Greenwood is a big platform, right? If you look at just technology companies generally, the way that they're able to scale is a little bit different than what we were doing. But the way that this works truly day to day is that we are partnering, right? Like our teams are working with one another. I think this is an example of, like, again, for other business owners that are out there, it's possible to find arrangements. Like, I mean, we've been working together for a long time. We just have expanded the family and are proud to work with the Greenwood team day in and day out.
Now, how difficult was it to get everything together? I mean, starting off saying you want to have a membership club and how difficult was that? Because you need a vision, and it has to be a vision of not just one or two people. You need a bunch of people, right? Because if I want to join a membership type of club, I can't just just me and one person. Like, you need numerous people. So how difficult was that?
Big difficult. So the hardest thing, as always, you guys know as entrepreneurs as well, is you need capital, which is the first step. So something we talk about is that we got 97 no's before we got the first yes when it came to get an investor. And then when you finally make it to the part where you have the capital to build out the location, then you start operating the business. And like you said, we're a private membership club, and people want to see it before they sign up, and you don't want to come to a place that doesn't have anyone in there. So it was we say hand-to-hand combat. Every day we went out and we were in Atlanta and meeting as many people as possible.
Yeah, I mean, we're just getting to the place, honestly, where we can talk about that part of the journey.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like super rough.
Yeah.
A lot of people told us no. And like, not the like, no, I'm not interested, polite no's. We were getting like, no, like, get out of my office. I don't like this. You're going to fail no's. And, you know, it took just us continuing to believe that, like, the thing that we saw that could really be a thing that we, like, could build, we just had to figure out how to make that happen. Like, we see this as like assignment work, right? This is something that we feel uniquely called to do, and didn't want that part of the process to stop us. But I mean, when you don't get paid for years,
right?
It's difficult. Yeah. And we spent the first several years of the business really trying to figure out, one, how to make it happen, but then two, how to keep it on
Because you got to pay everybody else
Yes.
that works for you around you, and you cannot pay yourself at first. All the money goes back into the business. So it'll be the people that work for you, but they're the ones that are making money while you're struggling.
There were years where it was like everybody in this joint is making more money than us. Like
Right.
truly, we weren't paying
I know the
ourselves anything. But I mean, you got to see it through. I mean, we kept going, knowing that like there would be a day where we'd be able to participate too, and we just had to stick around long enough to make that happen.
And that's why. That's going to say that's why we're forever grateful to the founding members of the club, particularly in Atlanta, because they bet on two guys and a concept way before there was any proof in the pudding. So we had people who signed up in 2015 to become members just because they met us, or they saw a post on Instagram and they just liked the concept and they wanted to truly support. And that's why, like, every time we talk, we always say, like, first and foremost, we just work here and we're happy to serve and be a part of this organization, but it's member-led. It's all about the members and the 12,000 plus people who have invested, but particularly the people in Atlanta, the founding members there who made it possible. Salute to Mayor Dickens in Atlanta, who's a founding member of the club, who recently got elected as a mayor of Atlanta. Like, that's how long and deep-rooted we are in that community.
I was going to ask, so now, who handles checks and balances, right? $200 a month. Sometimes a $200 is going to get declined. So who calls that person? And if that person decides to come to the gathering spot after they've been declined 6 times, who says excuse me?
Ryan calls you personally. Hi, it's Ryan.
My grandmother used to say, I ain't talking about anybody, but I'm talking about somebody. Yeah, I mean, we have a team internally, right? So that's actually TK's responsibility inside of the business. So for everybody out there, talk to TK.
Yes.
But honestly, that hasn't been a huge problem for us. I mean, there's a lot of things that you get with a TGS membership, and yes, access to the space itself and the programs, but like the people, right? And so people don't want to miss out on being able to continue to build those relationships.
Well, Ryan Wilson, TK Peterson,
yes,
thank you for joining us.
I think you guys
man.
are so inspirational to me, just the way, because I remember when the gathering spot first started, my good friend Janae, she was on board from the beginning. She would always be like, we have to go to the gathering spot. And so just to see, just how far you guys have come in this period of time, and I know it definitely wasn't easy. Some people probably felt like it wouldn't ever get done the way that it has. I congratulate you, because it's a huge deal.
Absolutely.
And I think people watching this should all say, how can I be a member? How can I join the community? Even if you're not in Atlanta, DC, LA, like you said, there are communities in Chicago and Detroit and New York and other spaces where they can also be a member and support.
Yeah, please come join us and be a part of this collective. It's a really special time for us as a company. And to TK's point earlier, we're just we're just grateful.
People like Janae, like Shaka, like the only reason we made it was because the community decided that they weren't going to let the business go under.
Yeah, even folks that y'all have seen here. I mean, Dr. Key, the Village Market, Pinky, Slutty Vegan. Like, we've been a part of this tribe together, really growing together, and that is something that we don't take lightly. And so anybody that's interested in joining the work, we'd love to have you at TGS or at Greenwood.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and make sure you check out the gathering spot. And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Take control of a safer home with Kidda's new smoke and carbon monoxide alarm with smart features. A smart alarm that provides continuous 10-year detection of smoke and carbon monoxide and real-time notifications through Kidda Home Safe and the Kidda app. Shop now exclusively at the Home Depot.
I know when that could only be with that. Call me.
Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic.
Come on.
800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about this couple that had a 12-hour flight. They got on a plane, and one got upgraded. So he decided to sit first class and left his wife in the back. It was a 12-hour flight, and his wife was pissed off about it.
She has every right to be.
So we're asking 800-585-1051, what would you do? Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Charlie from Alton, Illinois. Hi, guys.
Hey, Charlie.
Peace, Charlie.
I have to call in and weigh in today because this had me feeling some type of way.
Go ahead, mama.
I just feel like that's your wife. You shouldn't even left her at all. If anything, if you wanted to use your whatever, if you wanted to use your points so bad, you should have offered your wife to go be comfortable and you stayed in the economy.
I agree.
You should have never left your wife.
Okay, so would you leave if your man was like, or your husband was like, you go sit in first class and I'll stay back here, would you leave him?
No, because it's a 12-hour flight. I want to be with my man. Like,
That's right.
If anything, I just would have been like, no, thank you. We're good.
I really do pray that any woman that gets put in this situation meets their happily ever after in economy.
Hello, who's this?
Okay.
Kelvin.
What's your name?
Yeah. Kelvin.
Kelvin, what's up? Where you calling from?
Kelvin.
I'm from Old Bridge.
Old Bridge, okay. Now,
Old Bridge.
Let me ask you a question. You traveling with your girl, your significant other, all right? Or your man, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
My girl.
I'm just... I'm not assuming. That's it.
We'll make that clear real quick.
All right. I'm not assuming. You with your girl, 12-hour flight. They like, yo, Kelvin, you could upgrade, but we only got one 12-hour flight. You know, you got the pillow, the comforter, the bigger TV, you know, the beds that lay down.
3 full meals.
You could take the Timbs
Hot
off
meals.
and relax. You've been working all day. Your wife in the back with your girl in the back.
Foot
What you
massage.
All right. There's only going to be one or two things happening in this case.
Go ahead.
It's either my wife is taking that seat or I'm sitting in the back of my wife.
Simple.
Simple as that. I'm going to explain to her what's going on. Listen, this is what they offer you. You're trying to have this experience? No? All right. So we're going to sit right here and, you know what I mean?
All right.
Take this flight.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm not giving up that seat. Me and my wife, we gonna split it 6 and 6.
That's disrespectful.
No, we gonna split it 6 and 6.
I don't even want that. We gonna be here. Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
what
sir.
if she said, how long y'all been together?
My wife?
Yes.
27 years.
What if she said for the next 27 we gonna split it? So I'm gonna be with some other guy for half, and I'm gonna be with you for the other half. You gonna do that?
Nah, I ain't doing
Exactly. 12 and 12. We gonna hang it. We gonna be in the economy together. By the way, I've been in that situation.
12 hours?
No, it's been, from like LA to maybe, I think it was an LA to New York flight. And I told my wife, take the first class flight. And she was like, no, I want to see what you in economy. I would never do that.
Well, nobody wants to sit with me anyway, because I'm sleeping the whole 12 hours.
I don't care.
I sleep the whole flight. I'm going to let my wife take that first class.
We're going to sleep together. It's not even about talking or nothing. It's just about us being each other, us being with each other. Like, we're going to be together in first class. We're going to be together in economy. That's just how it goes.
All right. Well, we got rumors on the way, Easy?
Yes, and since we're talking about flights, we'll tell you about somebody who says that they were physically assaulted ahead of getting on their flight.
I hope this causes an argument between you and Gia later. I hope she has flashbacks.
There's gonna be a part 2 of this book.
No, this actually happens a lot because we travel a lot. So sometimes there'll only be one first class seat. So she'll take the first class seat, or sometimes she'll be like, "Babe, you take it. You DJ last night. I know you tired. You take it." So it depends. You know what I mean? We don't care about that.
What if somebody take a selfie with Gia in economy and then take a picture of you in first class and be like, look at this envy in first class while I'm with his wife in economy?
Envy's like, I'm not insecure.
Yeah, I'm not insecure.
I see insecurity all over your face. I see you thinking about that right now.
I'm not insecure. Okay. Stuff like that does not bother me. That's my wife, my lady, my queen.
But if you go back to check on her and she fell asleep and her head is leaning on the guy's shoulder. And it's Maxwell. He also.
First of all, Maxwell would never be in economy. Right?
There was only one seat left. There was only one seat left.
She sits next to Maxwell, and now her head is next to Maxwell.
What if Maxwell only decided to sit in economy because he saw Gia back there in economy?
Y'all play too much.
He was like, you know what? Somebody else take my first class seat. I want to trade.
What if you walk back there and they're toasting and having drinks, laughing?
Laughing their ass off. You're in first class trying to sleep. All you hear is, and laughter. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Envy?
And they're sharing a blanket.
See, y'all go too far. Y'all go too far.
Yo, that's funny as hell. Maxwell goes, ooh, and then Gia under the blanket goes, you would cry.
Yeah, see, I play too much. Breakfast Club, good morning.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building. We have Cesar Pina Flipping New Jersey. And we also have Jenny Tips.
Hey, how you
Welcome,
doing?
guys.
Good morning,
How's it
good morning,
going?
good morning.
Good.
We're good.
Here to talk about real estate this morning and everything that's going on in the real estate market.
I feel like I just saw y'all.
Yeah, you did.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
So what's going on in the real estate market right now? We're seeing it's no low inventory, interest rates are high. Is this a good time for people to continue to buy real estate?
I believe so. Right now, the market is shifting a little bit, right? So you should definitely look into rental properties now, right? Because no matter what, interest rates are going up, but there's no inventory. There's a housing shortage when it comes to rentals and buying properties. That's not going away anytime soon. So you're at a point now you have two choices. Either you buy that house and pay a $3,000 mortgage, if it's something to live in, or you're going to rent it from somebody else and pay them $3,000 a month. So that's pretty much your choice when it comes to an owner-occupied property.
So for somebody trying to buy their first home, would you suggest a multi-unit home?
For sure.
100%.
Why is that?
It's their first home, right? Yeah, for sure. Because they're going to have that income coming in. So they don't always have to depend on their job. For some odd reason, if they get laid off or, things happen, you get sick, at least you got that income. I mean, our first home was a 2-family.
Mine too.
Yeah.
So what that means is the one floor pretty much pays the mortgage, and your floor is pretty much what you're using to save.
Yeah, you use it to save. You save a couple dollars. You have a car payment. You want to go on vacation. Now you don't have to stress as much. You have a better quality of life.
Now, what about, I've heard people give the advice that you should not buy like a condo because of the housing association fees that come with that.
I think it's everybody's lifestyle choice, right? When you buy a condo, you pay homeowners association. There's pros and cons. You don't ever have to cut your grass. You get a pool, you never have to clean it. They clean it for you. There's a laundry room. There's a gym. There's so many amenities. There's an elevator. You don't ever have to worry about the maintenance of the elevator or, cleaning up the trash around the property. If your toilet gets messed up, they have a company there that'll fix it for you. So all of that is included. The downfall of buying a condo is where you got to do your research is when there's, what do they call that?
An assessment.
Assessment, yeah. So you might end up inheriting an assessment. So if the condo is about 10, 20 years old and they need to do updates, you might be responsible for that.
Yeah.
We've done a zillion and one real estate seminars trying to encourage people and teach people how to buy real estate. So what do you say to people, first and foremost, I don't have enough money. How much money do I need to buy my first investment property?
I think that's the main question we always get, right? How much do I have to save?
It all depends what kind of loan you're going to do. You're going to do FHA loan. It's only 3.5% down. Conventional now also has for owner-occupied properties a 5% loan too. So it all depends. If you use one of those programs, you don't have to put a lot of money. If you go the regular conventional route and do 25% down, at that point you'll get a better rate. When you make an offer, more people are going to look at your offer a little bit more serious. That's pretty much the difference when it comes to it. But it all depends, man. What market you're in. It all depends. Tri-state area right now. Let's say if you wanted to buy a property that's $500,000, you're looking at you need anywhere between $20,000 to $25,000 in the bank.
And I also didn't want to have to pay PMI. And I know when I was buying my first house, because that's something too that I wasn't aware of.
Yep.
With the realtor trying to sell me a house, he was like, "Oh, you only have to put down, you could put down 10%." But then I would have also had to pay mortgage insurance, and that was kind of pricey because that was about $1,000 a month for the house that I was buying, and that's not money that you get back, for anything. That just goes straight to them.
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, it just depends on. Would you rather have the money in the bank or would you rather not pay that extra money monthly?
Yeah. That's the whole thing, right? Let's think about it. All right, I'm gonna pay the PMI, right? But now I have another 10% to play with. I could take that 10% and get a rental property and make all that money every month, right? Say that now I take that 10%, I put it over here. Now it's gonna make me another $3,000, $5,000 a month. The PMI, if you're in a market like this one, right, where values are through the roof and they keep on going up. Once you hit that threshold that you have more than 20% equity in your property, then you call up your bank and they take the PMI away.
You just have to get to that threshold.
Yeah. But in an escalating market, right, like this one, that just makes no sense, right, how values are. It could be a 2-year thing, a 3-year thing. But that whole time that you used that other percentage of money you had, you could have already made $50,000 to $60,000 on your money.
Now, for people who decide to do like an adjustable interest rate on their mortgage, why would somebody do that? Just what are the circumstances that you would say this is a type of loan I want to get?
Well, usually even with the commercial properties, right, anything over 5-6 units, they're always 5-year terms, right? So it's 5 years, and then you have to redo the loan again. But I think right now, an adjustable is a good choice, right? Right now, when I looked at the rates this morning, the 30-year was like almost 5.9. 15-year was like 5.6. Adjustable was like still in the fours, like late fours. So even though, oh man, I want a 30-year mortgage, but I think right now, the way that everything is going, a 5-year mortgage might be a good option.
Now, how many units do you guys own now?
So we currently own and manage and also have projects that we're building now from the ground up around the country, 3,000 units.
3,000 units.
Yep.
Is there a cap of how many units you don't want to, like when do you want to stop? You have 3,000 units, so that means you're getting income from all those 3,000 units, or will get income. When do you want to stop? When is it enough?
So I think, hold on a second, because I want to say what drove Caesar to be this crazy monster that he is that he ran into a guy, want to say like, how many years ago you ran into this guy? The Jewish guy that he told you he had 10,000 units.
Oh, yeah. This guy told me he had 10,000 units.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so once Caesar heard him say that, he turned into this monster. And I don't think he's going to stop. He'll tell you, okay, 5,000, then he'll say 10,000, but he's not going to stop.
You're not going to stop?
No, he's not.
I don't think so. Like, now it's 5,000 units, then I'll slow down. And then my daughter's going to graduate from high school next year. So then once she takes over, I figure I'll slow down a little bit, but in real estate, there really is no end game. Like you could just keep on going. So it's totally up to you.
Being that there is low inventory, do you look at it also as a good time to say, I should sell some of these properties because it's at a high?
So what we've been doing with that is our smaller properties, right? Like anything under 4 units, we have been selling, right? Because the one thing about real estate, you got to learn how to adapt to the different markets. So we've been selling the smaller properties, and then we're taking a lot of that profit and we're putting that in the Midwest. I see the Midwest, how I see the tri-state area about 5-10 years ago. So there's still a lot of opportunity over there, and you get more for your money than you do out here in the tri-state area.
So for people looking to invest and might not be able to afford big markets like your New York, New Jersey,
Miami,
or your LA, or even Atlanta now and parts of Florida, where would you recommend that they start looking to invest?
Right now, as far as rentals, we've been focusing on the Midwest the last year or so. Chicago, we like Milwaukee, Ohio. Those areas have a cheaper price point. So when I first started in the tri-state area in New Jersey, I was paying $20,000 to $40,000 a unit, right? Per door. Now, our doors in the tri-state area are anywhere between $150,000 to $200,000 a door, right? In a matter of 5 to 10 years. In the Midwest, I'm paying $20,000 to $40,000 a door. And on some of the properties already that I bought in Chicago, the doors are already worth $100,000 a unit. In a matter of less than a year and a half. So that excites me. So I definitely tell everybody, when it comes to rental properties, I will definitely think about the Midwest. There's still a lot of opportunity in the tri-state area because you got to think about it, right? Before, if you bought let's say just simple numbers, a 3-family, you pay $500,000, right? You're gonna get a rate of 3%, right? So at that point, let's say all in with the mortgage, insurance, taxes, everything, you're at, let's say $2,500, right? Around there, give or take, right? Boom. But you were only making $1,500 an apartment, right? So you're at $4,500. So when you take that away, $2,000 is your profit every month, right? That was the market when rates were low. Rates are high now, right? Boom. You're paying $500,000 for that same 3-family, right? $500,000, rates are higher, 6%. 6%, you're at $3,000. Mortgage, taxes, insurance, everything, let's say you're at $4,000. But guess what? Now the rent in that apartment is higher. So now your rental income went from $4,500 to $7,500, right? A month. And that's right now in Patterson, Newark, all these areas the rents have gone up so high, which is crazy, right? Because I don't know how people could afford that. But when you do the numbers on the higher interest rate, you're still making $3,000 a month. Over here, you were making $2,000 or $2,500. So yeah, rates went up, but now you make more money if you're a landlord, right? Because the rents are up.
All right, we have more with Caesar, Flipping New Jersey, and Jenny Tips when we come back. Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Flipping New Jersey, Caesar, and Jenny Tips. We are doing a seminar July 31st. So for people listening and never been to a real estate seminar, why is your real estate seminar good, and why is it better than other people's seminars, and why is it a place to get a lot of knowledge?
Well, the most important thing, right, is affordable, number one, right? There is no upsell, right? At our seminars, we pretty much break everything down. Credit, buying your first property, what's FHA mortgage, what's what kind of attorney, the attorney review process, how does that work? what realtor should I use, hard money loans, investment loans, developing, multifamily, commercial, Airbnb now, wholesaling. We pretty much break everything down when it comes to real estate. Anything you can think about.
And we show people like what questions they should ask when hiring these professionals too. So it's not like we just bring people up there to blow smoke up your ass, but it's like we actually teach the people exactly what to look for, their expectation in hiring each individual professional.
Well, another reason I like about it is that people actually purchase homes from the seminar. Like they come back and say, hey, I followed you guys and I purchased a home. I followed you guys and I got my credit fixed. I followed you guys and I got a loan. So that is July 31st at the Jacob Javits Center. It's back. So if you want to learn, and it's not just real estate. We talk about everything. We talk about credit repair, helps you with your credit repair, hard money lending, conventional lending, property management, contractors, anything that has to do with real estate, we break down it. And not only that, we show you pictures and we bring in people that actually do it. Caesar and I and Jen, we don't do wholesaling. Nope. That's something that we don't do. But we bring in somebody that actually does it, that can explain that. We don't do Airbnb, but we bring in somebody that actually does Airbnb and can guide you how to do it. Many cases we brought people from auction.com where we purchase our properties and they tell you how to guide through the auction site and the website to actually purchase a property. And like Caesar said, there is no upsell. So once you go in there to speak to people, it's not like, well, you get there and they charge you $100 to talk to them. Not that at all. It's really about the learning process. Now, one of the big reasons we haven't been doing these seminars because so many times people come up to us and say, how can I invest with you guys? How can I learn more? How can I get in on some of your deals? So you came up with this idea.
Yep.
Break it down.
So
I think it's genius. I thought it was dope.
Like you said at our seminars, people are always like, okay, what's the next step? How could I get in a deal with you guys? After our seminars, we never really had anything after the seminar because we wanted to do the right project, right? The right platform that because even with the seminars, when you think about our seminars, it's almost like we're going back in time and saying to ourselves, when we first started in real estate, what was missing? What help did we need that nobody ever gave to us, right? So same thing with this. Now we have a real estate membership platform, right? It's called Flip, DAO, DAO. So Real Estate DAO is pretty much an educational platform where you're going to have the education part, our real estate network, and the most important questions of our seminars, how could we co-invest in a deal with you guys, right? So in essence, Flip to DAO, any question you ever had about real estate, how do I qualify for FHA mortgage? You click a button, answer's there. How do I get a hard money loan? Click a button, the answer's there. How do I bought a piece of land. How do I develop this property? You click a button, the answer is there. Anything that you ever thought about that you needed to know as far as real estate will be at your fingertips. Think of Flip to DAO as a real estate black book. Now, the other thing is, all right, I got all the education part down pat, right? I learned what wholesaling is. I learned what a hard money loan is. What do I do after this, right? You have all these educational things out there where you buy something and it gives you information that you could have probably looked up online, right? It doesn't give you the resources. With Flip to DAO, it gives you the resources. Now, besides education, now you're ready, you learned. How do I get, I'm in Ohio, I need a realtor here that works with investors, right? That gets investment properties, right? Because there's always different kind of people that you need in your platform, right? And in your network. You click a button, you have a realtor that concentrates in multifamily properties in Ohio. All right, I bought a property in Florida. I need to add a second floor to it. Click a button. You need an architect. The answer is there.
Now the reason this came up is what we did was we talked to everybody who did real estate deals around the country, and we talked about the good things and the bad things about the real estate market and what was happening. So, for instance, when me and Yi purchased homes in Detroit, the most difficult thing for us was to find a contract.
Yep.
Right? Yi went through, how many contracts did you go through, Yi?
Probably like 4 or 5.
She went through 4 or 5. I went through 2. And usually I waited for her to see how it was, right?
Not this time.
and sometimes they were good and sometimes they weren't too good. And I lost a lot of money doing it. And it was a lot of different things that I didn't know. So we said, let's in the site, let's put something where if you're in, let's say you invest in Milwaukee and need a contractor or need a property manager or need something, we can guide you to people that actually do it in that market that have had success, that do good jobs. Because I lost a lot of money in the Detroit one, and I'm sure you did too, right? You?
I wouldn't say. Well, I mean, I still made money.
No, but you lost money with the contract. So you had to change a couple times.
But yeah, no, I definitely could have made more money than I made off the property. I think that's the hardest thing when you don't live in a place too, and you're trying to find people to do work, and you don't know who's good and who's not good. You know, I wish that I would have seen like ratings for people, seen some of the work that they've done, because I know that sometimes you can get really desperate just to get a contractor, and we've heard some really horror stories about trying to work with a contractor. The person does half the job, or they don't do the work properly up to code, and then they run off with the money.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of people who bought a new home and then ended up having to sell it because the work was so bad that it would cost too much for them to actually even repair how bad the work was.
Correct. So on this site, that'll guide you through those different areas. So if you're looking for somebody in Miami, in Milwaukee, in Chicago, in Detroit, in New York, New Jersey, there's a platform there where we actually guide you and tell you who's done work, and they can show you their pictures and show you what they do.
Yeah, because you got to vet people out too.
Yeah,
everybody's a damn contractor.
No, for sure.
Everybody knows somebody who do this and who does that, and so it'll be licensed professionals.
Yes.
Okay, because that's the other thing too. You get people who aren't licensed to do your plumbing or your electrical work, and it's over. Like that never turns out well.
That's right. So that's the main thing with the site, and then also, which is the biggest thing, is people always ask, how can I invest with you guys? And we never take anybody's money. And the reason being is I don't want to be responsible for anybody's money. And that's celebrity, that's athletes, that's anybody. But now there will be a way where people can actually invest and be a part owner on some of the projects that we actually buy.
Yeah, so they'll see the actual, whether it's a multifamily or flip, and then it's going to evolve from there. But they'll actually be able to see the property, the condition, what we're buying it at, what's going to be the repair value, what's the rental income that we're going to get, and then they'll have a dashboard, and they're going to see how much money they're going to get monthly based on the rents and the expenses we collect.
So the dope thing about that is why I was super duper excited is everybody always asks how can I walk through the process. So let's say it's a multi-unit building that costs, let's say $100,000, and you can invest $100.
Yep.
Right? So you invest $100, so now you're a part owner of this building.
Yep.
A small part, but you're a smart owner.
Definitely
of this.
a partner.
But you're a partner. So now how does it work? How does somebody who invests $100 on this $100,000 building, how do they make money?
So pretty much we're going to fractionalize the real estate into real estate shares, right? So that $100, when you think about it, right? Think about it right now. You have $100 in the bank. How much interest do you earn a year on that $100?
0.000000008.
Okay, so if you have $100,
You made that number up.
I did not, but it's about. I'm somewhere around there though.
I don't want anybody to think that was a fact.
It's close to it. That's not a fact. It's somewhere around there though.
So you take $100, right? You buy a share in flip to Dow, right? Now that $100, on average, right now, our returns on our real estate investments are anywhere between 16% to, let's say, about 22%, right? Let's say a year. So that means on that $100, you'll make $18 a year.
Within the bank, you'll make about
$0.
Got you.
Yeah.
And then if it was $5,000 and you got, hey, I got $5,000, I'm not doing anything with it, you'll make about $900 a year.
Now, a question with that. So you get to see where the money goes and how the money is thing, and you get to see who pays. So you get to see the whole process of how your money's being spent and do the whole project.
Yep. And it's pretty much what we're building is we're trying to build a community, right, where everybody is a part of it, everybody is learning, everybody is investing together, because that's very important, right? The whole thing is we don't want to just do a platform where, sign up, give us your money, this is what it is. No, we want you to be a part of it.
All right, we have more with Caesar, Flipping New Jersey, and Jenny Tips. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Make money and not lose money. How can you guarantee that the real estate that you have people investing in is good real estate?
Well, the most important thing for us is we buy under market value real estate, right? When you look at all the other platforms out there and they raise capital to buy properties, usually they buy it at retail cost. We buy under market value. So when you invest with us, even that $100, we're buying the properties under market value. So not only are you're gonna get a great return in your investment, right? You're also gonna get equity over time because we bought the property under market value, and we've been doing that successfully over and over for the last 15 years. Because we're not deal junkies, right? That we're just buying deals to buy deals. No, right? There's a method to all the madness, like my wife says. As long as you buy under market value, you're never going to get hurt. And that's the number one thing that we do.
So now for people that want to get more information and want to get involved with this, they want to invest or they want to, start right now, what's the website so they can do that?
It's www.flip2dow, DAO.
What does DAO stand for?
Decentralized Autonomous Organization.
Okay.
And a question, and also the seminar, which is coming up July 31st. Now, for people who don't know, what will they learn from the seminar? What will they get out of the seminar?
It says here, real estate meets the metaverse.
So we're going to talk a little bit about Web3, blockchain technology, land in the metaverse, stuff like that, because everybody has an interest in it. I think that the future of finance is Web3 and blockchain technology. It's definitely going to be geared to that. Like, I know right now the crypto market, NFT market is kind of crazy, right? But that part of it, the Web3, blockchain technology, it definitely is the future of finance.
So if you want more information, go head over to Flip to DAO. That's flip, the number 2, DAO.com. And also don't forget, the seminar is going down July 31st. So if you want to learn more about real estate, and not just in the metaverse, real estate that you can actually touch, and also the metaverse, there will be credit repair people, hard money lenders, conventional lenders. There will be appraisals, property managers, contractors. They're going to break down where the deals have gotten from auction.com to hubzoo.com and where they get the deals. EYL will be there as well, talking about some of their real estate stuff and some of their do. Ian will be there as well, talking about some of how to get some of use some of his money, not just in real estate, but in the stock market as well. So it's going to be a big day. That's July 31st at the Jacob Javits Center.
Yep, that's for our seminar. And then Envy, one of the things, right, when we first did our seminar, right, we did a different seminar than everybody else, right? So for Flip to DAO, what we're doing different right now, right, which has never been done before.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot the most important part.
That's right.
Yeah. So for Flip to DAO right now, as far as our, what you want to call it, early bird special?
I wouldn't say early bird, but just like, welcome.
Yeah. So people that sign up now to Flip to DAO are gonna have a chance to win a house.
A 3-family house. Now, not a house that's $10,000.
Nope.
Not a house that's $50,000. The house is currently valued at how much?
$500,000.
$500,000.
$500,000. Now, so if you go to the seminar, which is July 31st, or you sign up to Flip to DAO, you have an opportunity. We're going to give this away during Christmas, so it's a perfect Christmas gift. And it's a 3-family house. You can do whatever you want with this 3-family house. So it's ready to rent. So you can rent it out.
Oh, it's renovated and everything?
It's renovated and everything.
If Envy wins, I know this is set up.
No, we hired a third party to handle it. We're doing everything on the up and up.
Terms and conditions apply.
My cousin won't win.
No. So it's
I'll be like, now, wait a minute.
I'd rather not give it to a cousin
It's a 3-family
anyway.
house, and each floor gets how much rent?
You're probably looking at anywhere as far as cash flow a month between $5,500 to $6,500, right?
But you can do whatever you want with the house.
You can do whatever you want.
They own it
free and clear.
Then back taxes?
No. Everything is free and clear.
Are there any liens on the house?
No. Well, once you take over the property, you're responsible for your taxes and all that stuff. But you're gonna get clear title, right? The house is brand new, and we're not just gonna give you the house. We're not gonna walk, because let's say somebody wins it out of state, right? We're gonna help you with the property management. We're gonna guide you in that direction
for free.
As part of the sweepstakes,
And we'll document it on the platform so everybody will learn as well.
So you can do whatever you want. So you can keep the rent, which is $5,500 to $6,500 a month, free and clear. You can sell it and go buy yourself a Rolls Royce if you want. You can live in it if you want. You can go take a vacation. You could buy some Rolexes. You could buy a Cuban link. You can do it. This is yours.
You could do it.
Yeah, you could do that, but the whole. If it was me and I won this house, I would refinance the house, take the money out, and buy more property. Right? That's what I would do, and then cash flow every month. Again, you could do whatever you want. You keep it long term. You could refinance the house. You could flip it. It's totally up to you. But again, nobody has ever given away a house.
Caesar makes it seem so easy, though. You could refinance and buy more property.
We're gonna guide you, but we're gonna guide you with those questions, right? That's why we're doing Flip to DAO, right? So we can answer any question that you ever had about real estate. But again, it's a $500,000 house.
Is there a pool?
I'm
kidding.
There's definitely not a pool. There's a backyard though.
You could put an above ground pool if you want.
Now let me tell you how this house is nice. I tried to buy the house, right? Because it's a house. It's
I was
a
trying
big
to
house.
sell the house.
You were trying to sell. No, I was trying to buy the house. It's a 3-family house. It has a big yard. It's on a nice street. There's something across the street where you don't have to worry about other neighbors. It's a perfect house to rent out. You can make money. You can sit back and just collect rent for the next 50 years of your life if you wanted to. But we felt like, people talk so much ish about what...
Envy, if you would have asked me, I would have told you not to use them. Because I wasn't using them.
6 months later.
Yeah.
Great. Well, anyway, but Angela, you did get me those properties, so I can't be too
mad. And you did make some money.
I did.
And he did buy me a Louis Vuitton bag.
I did break you off over that, and I broke off your boyfriend too, right?
Mm-hmm.
See?
And guess what I did with that bag?
That sounded weird, right? Broke off.
Yeah.
No, I didn't break
Yes,
off like
you
that.
did.
No, I didn't. But
You want some strays for some change?
And I bought her a bag. You know what she did? She brought the bag back.
That's okay.
I traded it in for something else.
That's all right.
I got
It happens.
I got a coat.
Okay. Oh, wow.
A nice
All
Louis
right.
Vuitton coat.
Oh, wow.
I never would have purchased that. I flipped it.
You flipped it. All right. It's the Breakfast Club. It's Caesar, Flipping New Jersey, and Jenny Tips. It's the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
A great night's sleep starts at Mattress Firm this summer. Right now, Mattress Firm is giving you a chance to win your dream bedroom suite, valued up to $2,500, plus $1,000 cash. To enter and view official rules, visit breakfastclubonline.com.
I was born a donkey.
It's the donkey of the day.
Look at these donkeys. Bunch of jackass. Now time for the donkey of the day. That's pretty fun.
Charlamagne the devil?
Possibly. The Breakfast Club.
Yes, donkey of the day goes to Gravity Diagnostics in Covington, Kentucky. All right, this donkey of the day today is near and dear to my heart because at the top of the year, I made a commitment to myself that 2022 was the year of boundaries. Okay, if you have never read the incredible New York Times best-selling book, Set Boundaries, Find Peace, do yourself the biggest favor and go do that. It is by Nedra Glover Tawwab. She's been a guest here on The Breakfast Club. She's been a guest on my weekly show on Comedy Central. The book, Set Boundaries, Find Peace, is a guide to reclaiming yourself, okay? She has a Set Boundaries workbook that you can purchase with the book as well. And the reason I love this book is because it gives you the language to express what it is you may be feeling in regards to having boundaries. Okay, what does setting healthy boundaries look like to you? Whether it's work, relationships, smoking a joint, anything that has to do with other people, boundaries have to be set. Which is why I realized one reason I don't like to be outside. Okay, I took my old ass in these streets this past weekend to see my guy Andrew Schultz sell out Radio City Music Hall here in New York City. 2 shows, 12,000 people, and I went to the second show. The reason I went to the second show is because he was having an after party. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lay on the couch all day Saturday, get these naps in so I can be ready for tonight's festivities. And what I realized about myself is after this pandemic, I am very socially awkward, okay, especially in a nightlife setting. And you know why? Because I told y'all in 2022, that's the year of boundaries for me. And I don't know if y'all know or not, but there are no healthy boundaries you can set in a club. Okay, in fact, you actually look like a complete jerk setting boundaries in a club. If you don't want to be bothered, why in the hell would you be at a club? If you want to be tucked away in a little section with just you and your friends, you could be doing that in the living room at your house, okay, or one of your friends' house. You can't really set boundaries at a club or any setting where you are there to be social. And I need my boundaries. Now, I'm saying all that to say the place where boundaries can be set is at work. Okay, in fact, work is the place other than your relationship where you can set the most boundaries. And healthy boundaries are absolutely a necessity in the workplace. And Kevin Burling of Kentucky laid out a boundary for his manager at Gravity Diagnostics. In fact, it was a very simple request. And the request was he asked him not to celebrate his birthday at work. Well, Gravity Diagnostics did not respect their employees' wishes, and they threw a birthday party anyway. And man, because of that, Kevin Burling got the greatest B-Day gift of his life. Let's go to WKRC Local 12 for the report, please.
Kevin Burling had worked at Gravity Diagnostics for about 10 months in 2019, and because he suffers from anxiety disorders and panic attacks, he asked the company not to celebrate his birthday as it normally does for its workers. And that's when things started to go south. According to the lawsuit filed in Kenton County, the office manager forgot his request and still held a birthday party for Burling. That triggered a panic attack, and he left and spent his lunch hour in his car. His bosses held a meeting about the incident, triggering another attack. At that point, company managers told him to leave for the weekend and then subsequently fired him, telling him they were worried about him being angry and possibly becoming violent. Burling declined interview requests. His lawyer, Tony Bucher, says the company apparently was more concerned about others than his client's well-being. A jury believed Burling and this week awarded him $450,000 in damages, including $300,000 for mental anguish.
I want my money. Okay, in fact, since y'all want to celebrate B-Days, and I told y'all not to, put it all in a birthday card. Write the check for the $450 and put it in a birthday card, okay? Everybody not with all that noise on their B-Day. That man told y'all I didn't want no cake, I don't want no balloons, I don't want everybody gathering around singing me happy birthday, even if it's the Stevie Wonder version. And it was Kentucky, so you know it wasn't the Stevie Wonder version. Okay, you don't know what the reasons were for not wanting to celebrate his born day, all right? Kevin might have had religious reasons. Maybe he just didn't rock with y'all like that and would rather do that with his friends and loved ones. And actually, he did have a reason. His reason was because he said a B-Day celebration would bring back childhood memories surrounding his parents' divorce. Look, he don't even owe y'all an explanation. He told y'all he didn't want no birthday celebration. Y'all can debate all day on whether this man overreacted or not, but there is no such thing as an overreaction when I set a boundary and you overstep said boundary. Okay, and these are actually the worst boundaries to overstep because this is really all about you. You think that what you are doing, you know, for me is so great that it has to be done. Therefore, you're not really thinking about me. You're thinking about yourself and how it's going to make you look and how it's going to make you feel. You're not thinking about me. So now, eat this lawsuit and run me my $450,000, okay? All boundary violations aren't physical. Most are mental and emotional. Kevin said his supervisor chastised him for stealing his coworker's joy, and for him, and called Kevin, told him stop being a little girl. Look at those keywords, stealing his coworker's joy. What about my joy? It's my birthday. You don't care about me, you care about yourself. Imagine going to someone on their birthday and saying, if you don't let us have a party for you, then you will be stealing our joy. Come on, man. The nerve. When someone oversteps your boundaries, they are letting you know that what you want doesn't matter. Let me tell y'all something else. No is a complete sentence. And you know what else is a complete sentence? Run me my money. Okay? Please give Gravity Diagnostics in Kentucky the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
All right. Kevin Berlin, get your coins. Every red cent, all the money.
Thank you for that donkey of the day.
Yes, $450,000.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. French Montana.
Feels like it's been like a decade since you've been up here.
For real. Oh, God.
It's been a long time. What's been going on with you, French? What
Ain't
you been
nothing,
up
man. Working, staying out the way.
Acting, music.
Yeah. Just finished this project. Getting ready to drop today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's about it. Just staying out the way.
So
yeah.
you back into, because, you know, you gave up liquor, you gave up that life.
Yeah.
Are you still gave it up, or are you still away from all
I'm still drunk and high.
from before?
Yeah, I'm still drunk and high probably. Something went loose.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I had to. My body couldn't take it no more. I did it till I couldn't take it no more.
So do you feel better now that...
Yeah. I feel a million times better. You know, I feel the accomplishments, I feel the losses, I feel everything, you know, at 100%. Back then, you know, you just, anything happened, you know, we celebrate every day. You just take a shot, you go to the next celebration.
Take another shot.
Yeah. It's like, especially like in LA and New York, it's like every day somebody's celebrating something.
So you haven't slipped up at all?
Nah.
That's good. That's amazing. That's a testament to willpower.
Yeah.
I saw you were celebrating your album release with our mayor, Eric Adams.
Oh, shout out to the mayor, Eric Adams. I think I'm the first one in New York to ever have the mayor come to the album listening party.
I would have to second that. I think so too.
I haven't heard of such a thing. Well, he also hasn't been mayor that long either.
But any mayor.
What you mean? He's the mayor of New York City right now. Shout out to Eric. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool dude, man. He's trying to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to him about not using lyrics to indict people?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's one of us, so he's definitely trying to help the kids. He just want to make sure that the kids are not going to do the same thing again.
Now, are you still signed a Bad Boy?
No
longer signed a Bad Boy. You just, I mean, I'm sure your contract was up and you just...
I think I'm the first one to complete a contract.
With Bad Boy?
Puff.
He's the first one to do a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to Puff, man. Shout out to Puff. He was definitely a mentor. He's still a big brother. Love him to death.
Now, I think it was in the Blue Chill song, you said that you patched up that beef with Diddy and Drake.
I think it was something going on. I didn't really know exactly the details of it, but I know I had a birthday party that Iggy Azalea threw for me on a boat, and when I got there, Drake was there waiting for me, and Puff had came in his own little boat, and that was the first time they met after they was going through
Since the
their beef.
altercation, yeah.
Yeah, but I was already talking to Puff before that. I was like, whatever y'all got going on, y'all need to dead that. You know what I'm saying? They both like my best friends. So I'm like, y'all need to dead that. So I'm glad that they didn't even know that each other was coming to the party. When they came, they just spent the whole night talking to each other. And I was like, see, like, you know what I mean?
I think that's better anyway, because when you're planning to meet somebody, you come with a bunch of people. But if it's just a night out, you might come with one or two, and then you could actually have a conversation without people around you.
Yeah, I didn't tell Drake Puff was going to be there, and I didn't tell Puff Drake was going to be there. So I waited until they got there, and and there was good, good friends before that. So when they got there, they just sat down and they just, spoke the whole night. And I'm like, you see, I was best friends to start with.
And I see you squashed a lot of your beefs that you've had in throughout the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Whether it was with Jim and Cam and 50. And so why did you think you had to do that now? Was you just over it, or is it what made you say, you know what, let's just let it go?
It's just like when you beefing, like you feel handicapped. You can't handle nothing. You can't, you can't move here. You can't do this. It's like you feel like, you stuck to a little space. You know what I'm saying? I want to expand. I done beefed my whole career. Since you know me 15 years ago.
Right, true.
Since you know me, I've been beefing. Whatever these kids is doing, whatever's going on, I done did it. I done ran circles around it. I done did it 10 times. So I know what beef could bring you, but then I know what talent and what longevity could bring you and what showing love could bring you. You know what I'm saying? So I know both. But it doesn't mean that, you're going to let anybody, say whatever they want. But it's just, you rather pick the money and pick, the love. You
gotta grow up, too.
Yeah.
And what about, did you ever get a chance to talk to Thug? Because I know you and Thug were going back and forth at one time.
Yeah, definitely. Me and Thug got no problem.
That's why I said out too.
Yeah, definitely. Free YSL, free Gunna, free everybody. Yeah.
Dope.
And you also survived the Kardashian curse. You talk about that. Not too many people survived that Kardashian curse. And thrived.
I was basically saying it like, there is no curse. That's why I'm still doing my thing. I think that's what I was saying in the song. I was like, there is no curse, so I'm doing my thing. And Travis doing his thing. And shout out to them. I just feel like when you go out with them or have a relationship with them, with anybody at their caliber, I feel like that the media start picking up on your relationship life and forget about your talent life. You know what I'm saying? Your music life, your acting life, whatever it is. If
it overshadows everything.
Yeah, it overshadows everything. You become this reality star. Well, that's not really the goal. You know what I'm saying? It could be playing basketball, you could do whatever it is. It takes away from your game, and they be like, yo, this guy is now this, because he go out with this, you know what I'm saying? So that label just changed.
It did used to be funny to see you on the Kardashians, I'm not gonna lie.
Because French is always French. He never changed.
It used to be mad funny, like, yo, French is on the Kardashians right now.
Are you still top 5 sniper?
Yeah, I might be top 2.
You haven't slowed down yet?
He's not number 2.
When French gonna settle down?
Man, honestly, I just feel like I can't give whoever it is the time they want because I'm just so focused on doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I know some of them be like, nah, you need somebody to ride with you and be there with you until they right there with you, and you be like, yo, I gotta go on these 30-day, you know what I'm saying, shows and this and that. After club, it's like it's hard, and you want to give somebody your all when you go out with them, and I don't feel like I'm in that space right now.
You think you ever been in love?
Yeah, I've been in love before.
Ever had your heart broken?
Yeah, of course.
Of course,
plenty of times.
Plenty of times.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
Nah, because you gotta go through that early, because if you go through that late, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be going through no heartbreaks after you're 30. Like, you ain't gonna know how to handle it.
Nah, I feel like you the heartbreaker. I can't see you. Nah,
I really don't. I really don't. They know what it is.
Now, you usually play with music and sounds on your albums, whether it was one of the first to do the Afrobeat sounding records or one of the ones to do the drill sounding records before I heard other New York artists. With Drake and Beyonce and a bunch of people changing the direction a little bit with house sounding music. Are you dibbling and dabbling with that as well?
I think that was something that me and Max B started. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Max B was doing it from back in the day since Coke Wave. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, as soon as Max heard Drake album, he was like, yeah, that's my swag. It's a Jersey, DC vibe. It's just a wavy vibe. I think, and Drake could do whatever he wants. He playing this so he could drop probably, a rap album right after. He always do it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he did that with Controller and all that at that one point when he just tested the music. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it's definitely something different.
Now, Max B, we when we spoke to you, I think a while ago, we was praying for good news. You said Max might be released soon.
Yeah, well, he in the camps now, so that's a step down. You know, but you know, Bergen County, when they give you 75 years, they don't want to. They letting you right out. So
Got you.
yeah, so he fighting free Max B.
Have you ever healed fully from Max and Chinks? And I heard one of the songs now is like you still feel it to this day. Have you healed fully from any of that?
Cause you got to think about it. Me, Max B, Chinks, even Zach, my brother. Like we all were just the same crew making music. So you go through it. Max B gets 75 years. Chinks died. My little brother get deported. It's like I'm the only one making music. So it wasn't feeling the same. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I don't feel like I get my time to heal back. I mean, from the thing, I don't think I give myself the time.
What makes you still want to do music going through all of that?
Music is something that I do to get away from my job, which is music. So I gotta make music about making music. It's like, that's where I find, my sanity. That's like, that's my therapy.
All right, we got more with French Montana when we come back. That was French Montana's new joint off the album that's out today. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with French Montana. Do you ever miss that 20-year-old or 22-year-old French Montana from the Bronx where you wasn't a huge star, you could still move around, and you could enjoy life a little better? Do you ever miss that?
No, because I would have been shot or killed. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, Nipsey. We praying for little TJ. It's like I would have been, I would have been shot because I felt like everybody loved me. I wasn't moving on defense. I thought everybody was happy I made it, and it wasn't that. It was the other way around. And your greatest threat comes from the inside. I'm glad that I moved to LA for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I did certain things because that could have protected me from something. Now when I move, even though I got no problem with nobody, I move like I got a problem with somebody. Me having beef with people kind of helped me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always on point.
I was talking to Jim, and Jim says, probably one of the toughest jobs to him is being a rapper because you're always on target. Like you're a target. And it's like everybody knows where you're going to be. Do you feel that way? And how do you make sure that you're not that target? And what do you tell some of these younger artists out there?
I saw 21 Savage said that Jay-Z said, get a chef, get a lawyer, and get something else. I think you spend all your money on security. I mean, when they caught Pop Smoke, he didn't have no security with him. You know what I mean? And I think all the young artists just need to know you need security. You need like one of those who's gonna take a bullet. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, and I don't mean your homeboys neither, because when you have your homeboys with you and you thinking that's security, that's not. That's just the case waiting to happen.
What about when it comes to women? As you said, you were the top 2 snipers, but you have to be careful with that too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we targets from every aspect, from every angle. All the women are looking for bags. Some of them, they think that's the way to get paid. Some people, they've been taking their whole life. You know what I'm saying? Robbers, we come from, you come from there, I come from there, where, people been robbing their whole life. And, if you look sweet, they're going to grab you. You know what I mean? Some people, they just push the limit. I call them suicide bombers, but they don't really care.
What was your biggest mistake you'd have to say in this industry? What's the one thing you said, damn, I shouldn't have did that?
My biggest mistake was not forcing Chinks to stay with me in LA. We were supposed to go to Coachella. I was still going out with Chloe, and he was with me, and Malika was there, and we were supposed to go together. And I kept on telling him like, "Yo, let's go. She wants you to go." Like, just trying to put them together. You know what I'm saying? Hook them up. And he was like, "Nah, I gotta go home. I got my daughter. This and that." That happened like 2 days right after that, or like a day after that. So that was my biggest mistake. I should have just forced them. But we was all drunk, and I let my my pride and my ego say, "Oh, you want to stay with me? All right, out of here then." You know what I'm saying? So he came back, and it was just like a sad situation.
What do you think is the smartest decision you've made?
Start rapping, pick up a mic.
And let me ask you this. So you also recently were a top of a conversation because of Basketball Wives, right? DJ Duffy is on the show.
Yeah.
And she had a baby. She's engaged, and she was saying that she might take some time off from being on the road.
Yeah.
And you were like, all right, you can't come back then.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that for a second, because I saw that was a big topic on social media.
Yeah. When you come into this game, it doesn't come with your own schedule. It comes with sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to make certain sacrifices. If not, then you can't be in this game. You know what I'm saying? You can't just come in the game and just expect to make all this money, get all this fame, be this, you know what I'm saying? Then you just want to stay home. It don't happen like that. If I'm sacrificing, you gotta sacrifice.
But if somebody's like, okay, I just need like, 6, especially a woman who had a baby.
Yeah,
if I need 6 months, which she did have to take time off because.
Yeah. No, of course. That time.
And then I can come back. That's not.
No, that time she had to take off, but she was talking about she was gonna retire.
Right.
Yeah, she was like, I'm confused. I'm like, don't be confused, because there's people that want to be in your position.
Right.
Yeah, don't be confused.
Yeah, see, the crazy thing about that is, and this is when you start, people get upset, right? The new generation I feel like a lot of times things should be given, right? Now, maternity leave is totally different, right? You have a baby, absolutely, you deserve maternity leave. Some fathers out there, paternity leave. So now when somebody says, hey, I'm going to take a couple of months off to see if I'm going to retire or not. If you take that time, if you leave me while I'm working, I got to find a replacement. I'm not going to find a replacement for a week or a month till you figure out what you want to do. I'm going to find a replacement to replace you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Do you?
I think he was honest about it, because somebody could have said, do what you got to do, and then they get replaced anyway. But I also feel like you never know what could happen. He could have got somebody else, and then she could have been ready to come back, and he could have felt like, man, she was better. And you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
So it is still up in the air to me, but I do think that's an honest thing to say to somebody because, yes, you do still need to have a DJ on the road with you.
Yeah, of course, man. You got to let them, like, when you tell them that, that's when they have to make a decision. Do I really want this? You know what I'm saying? That decision have to be made at one point in your career. Because if you don't love whatever you do, you're going to get tested. You're going to go through certain levels that you're going to be like, man, do I really love this? Because I can't take it no more. And
But I know for women in particular, it's different when you have a kid and you have that connection and they're really young and then you leave and you miss your baby so much. But then she missed work a lot too. So it's a harder balance, I feel like, when it's women.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she had the time with the baby now. Like, it wasn't like...
Now, I was going to ask, at one time the conversation was verses.
Yeah.
And would you do verses? Would you be willing to do a verses?
I did one with Tory Lanez. I blew his socks off.
That was
an early.
That was early verses.
We was the first ones that started verses, and I told Swiss that Swiss owed me a check. I swear I hit him. I told him, yo, you gotta give me a check, and he did. He sent it to my lawyer.
Wow, he really sent you a check.
Yeah, he sent me paperwork. Because the first time they were just beat battling.
Right, I remember.
You know what I'm saying? I called Swiss and I called Timberland up. I'm like, yo, I need y'all to judge this joint. We about me and Tory Lanez. Because he had the quarantine radio. But instead of me just going on your quarantine radio and doing that, let's just do it a verses. And he was like, oh, nah, you don't got me. I'm like, yo, bro, you got to stop playing with me, man. Your catalog ain't even, you know what I'm saying? So we did it. We was talking back and forth.
I remember.
Then I had Timberland and Swiss Beats on the thing, and everybody was judging it. And after that, they just took it and just like, to the next level. But as far as me, it's whoever.
I know one time, Jim, it was supposed to be you and Jim, which I think would be great because y'all had problems before y'all squashed it. I think that would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think because you and Jim got records.
Nah, Jim, if you're watching this, don't do it.
I think that, and y'all both talk ish, so I think it would be really, really entertaining, really, really good.
Nah, I don't think.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Why not? Jim got records.
And let's just say Ballin' and Pop that head to head. Where you gonna go next?
Jim got Baby Girl. Jim got Summer in Miami. Jim got all the Dipset records. Jim got records.
All right.
Jim got records.
I'm not even gonna go back.
Jim got a Dipset.
But honestly though, I think when it comes to verses, you could just go 20 for 20 with anybody just because it doesn't matter what else you got. Just like how Drake could go against Jay-Z. Even though Jay-Z got a longer catalog.
It's the top 20 records that you have.
Yeah, it's what you choose and what you put against whatever record.
Exactly.
All right, we got more with French Montana. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with French Montana.
I want to ask you this. You think that people have a certain expectation of you, like they expect more of the party songs now?
Well, I became the first African-born artist to go diamond, and I became the first male artist from the Bronx, from the Mecca of hip-hop to go diamond. You know what I'm saying? And I got 4 albums, 3 of them platinum. So at the end of the day, for me, I accomplished everything I wanted to do. And now it's time for me to make music for me and for my core audience, the people that helped me get here, the people that started listening to me when I made Shot Caller and New York Minute and the Mac and Cheese mixtapes and this and that. So I feel like me and Harry Fraud, we never gave it a full push. we always just did a one-offs. We did the shot callers, we did I'm a Coke Boy, we did this, but we never did a full project. So I just wanted to get back full circle to the essence of hip hop and just like, yo, you know what? That's what I want to make. I want to make a full rap album.
So it's something you just felt like, this is what I want to do. It don't matter. I accomplished so many things, and this is the music I feel like I want to do.
Yeah, definitely. Because at the end of the day, when you talk about, rest in peace, Fred the Godson, you know, he said it. He's like, you know, when you talk about top 5 MCs, the number one thing is going to be his bars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going back to the essence, I'm here to make history and leave my mark. I did everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's artists that been in the game 3 times the length that I've been in the game and still haven't won diamond. Jay-Z haven't won diamond. Snoop haven't won diamond. You know what I'm saying? But they have way more other things that's more than what I got. But as far as me leaving the legacy, I want to get back to this sound.
Do you feel like, because you name all your accolades, some of your accolades, and I think people forget about a lot of the stuff that you do. Do you feel like they don't respect French as a rapper or as a lyricist because of some of the other things, because of the relationship with the Kardashian and Trina and some of the other ones you sniped down? It's more about French's personal life and less about the lyrics.
I feel like it's the same thing with Drake. Drake can rap better than other artists, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want to give it to him because he's still smelling his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a nicer way to say it, right?
yeah, you still smelling your flowers. People ain't gonna put the light on you while you still smelling your flowers.
I think with Drake is different though.
Yeah,
and I think with Drake is because Drake is busy. He puts together songs. He's lyrically he will body a lot of most rappers out there. But I think which gives Drake the little asterisk is when he went back in that beef and it was like, oh, Drake don't write his own rhymes.
Yeah,
that gave him a little asterisk, and he never discussed it. He never spoke about it. He never came out and was like, nah, that's what it is. And I think that gave him the asterisk. But if that asterisk wasn't there for hip hop, he's by far one of the best ever.
But after this album, we're gonna get back to that topic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. After this album, we're gonna get back to that topic. I just think, you know, and that's the lane I'm going down. You know what I mean? Because that's, bro. Like, I came from the if Chicago Bulls in 96, Michael Jordan was playing, that's where I was at in the Bronx. That's the mecca of hip hop. Like, big pun down the street. You know, the KRS One down here. Like, you know, everybody was right there.
Fat Joe.
Yeah, Fat. And everybody, Slick, the Ruler, everybody. So to make it out of there, the time that I was there was mission impossible. And we had to battle. Like, literally, like, you would take 5 bands, you would take your re-up money, 15 grand, you would go here, you would go here, go to every project to battle. So I come from hip hop, rapping. I had to rap to get on. All my music is rap. You know what I'm saying? When I got on. But, you know, I had to try to, you know, accomplish. You can't accomplish too much with just too much rap. Like, you seen Jay-Z would say, I dim my bars down. What was that line that he said? I had to dim my bars down and the money came in. Yeah. So that's the same thing. Jay-Z switched his whole style up when he got to the bag, then came back to the rap.
What about acting? So now you've been doing your acting thing. And so is that something that you feel like you want to pursue? Like, I want to be in some more feature films. What's next with that?
My documentary is coming out this year. Is, you know, about the whole story with me coming from Africa and, you know, starting to rap and, you know, and being immigrated here and my pops leaving and my mother getting on welfare and Max B and Chinks dying and me having to get through all that. You know, I showed it to Jay-Z, I showed it to Drake. So me and Drake is executive producing it together. And it's gonna be real dope as far as in film and in theaters this year.
I feel like you don't tell those stories about yourself that often either. What made you decide now was the time to do it?
Because people just know the music and people never really got a chance to see how hard it was to make it, you know, because we make it look easy every day. So people be like, okay, cool, he's just rapping, he getting lucky with all right, he lucky again. What's an artist's career span, you think?
Usually, honestly, 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
If they're lucky.
Yeah, but now, like a microwave era, now it could be like a couple months.
Could be a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for somebody that lasts 15 years, you gotta give them the blueprint. That's how you do it.
Now, I saw you also reference your baby mama tripping in the song. How is co-parenting going for you? Is it getting better?
No, it's better. It's better, definitely. It's better. You know, they always gonna want some money, but it's better, man. Yeah, shout out to her. She's doing a great job. We never been in the media, and I respect everything she do for my son.
Well, French's album is out today. What joint you want to play off the album right now?
Montega. You could play the one with me, Jadakiss, Benny the Butcher.
Okay. And I got to thank French. Every time, first of all, French has never changed his number from I don't even know how long. French's number is still the same since he was in the Bronx, I swear. And anytime I ever call him, no matter what it is, he never says no. So first I was doing my car show. And French had a Bugatti. And I was like, now Bugatti's about a $1.5, $2 million car. So if you call and you ask somebody for a Bugatti, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, well, speak to my people. French didn't say that at all. He was like, yo, just put it on the trailer and bring it. And it was not a problem. Then I'm in Africa, and the DJ before me, so I was supposed to play the hip hop set. And the DJ before me played the hip hop set, and we're in Africa, so it's like vibes. And I'm supposed to play the hip hop set, so I was like, I gotta think of something to do to outdo the kid that played the hip hop set. So I called French, and I'm like, yo, French, when I perform, true story. I said, yo, when I perform, I'm gonna have the camera on the FaceTime, and I'm gonna call my people from New York and bring New York to Africa. And French was one of the ones that picked up. It was French, Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, Jim Jones, and Fabulous. Y'all all picked up for me, so I was all just, always appreciative.
Always, yeah, definitely, bro. Always,
That's
man.
dope. Is it weird for you being in the club now that you don't drink?
No, I got used to it.
Because at first it's like, what I'm doing.
Because French was the party animal.
Oh, man,
his whole intention when you're in the club with him is to get you drunk. I remember one night we were in Vegas. It was my birthday. It was me, you, and Kevin Hart. I don't even know how I walked back to my room. He just kept going. And then he had me performing with him on. It was the weirdest thing. But I had fun.
You were performing?
I was performing with French on stage.
Oh, my God.
Kevin was there. It was crazy.
Is there footage of this?
I hope not.
Probably.
I hope not. Goodness gracious.
Probably. But back to what you're saying. People don't go to your funeral for what you did for yourself. They always go to your funeral for what you did for them. And I live by that code. So I be trying to, whenever my peoples or whatever it is, somebody I can help, I always do that. You know what I'm saying? So when you hit me from Africa, it was like 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning, yeah. He was like, no problem.
I was like, Envy, where you at? He was like, Africa. I said, oh, no.
He said, you good? You all right? Need some? I said, yeah, I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm not tied up nowhere.
I just need you to FaceTime.
I just need to FaceTime you in about 30 minutes.
I need some props here.
All right, well, there you have it. French Montana. The album's out today. Montega. Make sure you get it. And it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Angela Yee here. The General Insurance is a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years. Switch to the General and you could save over $500. Call 800-GENERAL or visit thegeneral.com. The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc., an insurance agency, Nashville, Tennessee. Some restrictions apply.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests joining us today from the Black Promoters Collective. We have Troy Brown, Shelby Joyner, Gary Guidry, and Janice.
Janice Cotton.
It's a common name.
Welcome, everybody.
All right, welcome.
How are y'all?
All right.
Good morning. Make sure you guys talk in the mic too when you talk. I know we got a lot of,
Tell us what the BPC, the Black Promoters Collective, is, first of all.
Well, it's the Black Promoters Collective. It's a group of the top independent promoters that come together. We came together over COVID. The break, it allowed us some time to slow down and just think about where we were, and we saw a lot of things culturally in the country, a lot of division, and a lot of just violence in the streets, and it just sparked that emotion in us to say, we've always talked about coming together and doing something great for this culture, and so it gave us the time to slow down and just think about it and actually start to get the movement going, and so we all came together and turned it into a real business, and now we're out here doing some of the biggest concerts in the country. It's been just an amazing experience.
How did you guys get together? I know it happened during the pandemic. Did you guys previously know each other, or did y'all respect each other because y'all know y'all all in the same business? How did y'all get together on the phone and said, this is what we want to do?
We originally started a company. It was called Promoters of Record. Mm-hmm. And there was 4 of us. It was Rick Johnson from Chicago, Charlamagne Mausi from Detroit, myself, and Bill Ingram from Philly. And we started to have a partnership, and we started The Girls Escape. That's when they first came back. Mm-hmm. We did a huge 2 shows in Detroit. And once we did those 2 shows, they kind of promised us the tour at the time. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And they wound up going to one of the big box companies, which was AG Live, after we kind of branded them. We just didn't have the infrastructure at the time or the capital to make the move. So we told ourselves that'll never happen again. So how could we empower ourselves as an organization? So we met Gary Guidry. He was doing Millennial Tour, a lot of big tours out there. So he had that infrastructure, that touring infrastructure. and a lot of our other partners was already popping in their markets. So we was like, listen, let's just all come together and just form Voltron, right? And we started having calls. At first it started with like maybe 50 people, 60 people, and we dwindled it down to about 6 people or 6 companies, and that's who we are today.
So are y'all coming together to like compete with the Live Nations and the AEGs of the world?
Bingo.
Okay.
I think the notion there, Charlamagne, is that, you know, much like you're seeing, and it's interesting that we say the post-George Floyd era, right? Because, you know, it did take that for a lot of things to transpire, you know, across the board. You know, you look at what's happening with a lot of black companies, you know, media, entertainment, IP. You look at companies like Group Black. You look at the Black Effect. We're doing that same thing in the live touring entertainment IP space. It's literally that same thing. As a matter of fact, we're having discussions with some of those other entities with how we as people of color and black entities can now Voltron and really ultimately control our IP, create our IP, control our IP, and what we're saying is buy back the block.
I was going to ask, you know, with you guys doing these concerts, and do you guys have a lot of difficulty with these concert venues and these halls, the fact that you are black, where they make you jump through hoops and do other things that maybe these other brands or these other box companies, like you said, don't have to do?
Well, definitely. That has been the upstream swim that we've been our whole careers, you know. Really, the spark for this is about the culture. You know, so many of our artists, their brands, how they're communicated to the community is controlled. That narrative is controlled by people who don't look like us. It's controlled by people in cubicles and a part of these big box agencies that tell the story of our culture. And so we're in the streets. We're in the coffee shops and the barber shops and beauty shops. We're just being in the community promoting, so we understand how to connect a Mary J. Blige back to the beauty shop, how to make sure that the message or the brand that she wants to communicate is definitely communicated on the streets. So that's really what this is about. It's about the culture. It's about changing the narrative of who we are, what we look like, because we're not just, you know, what we see in the streets on these killings and just the negativity that normally comes with businesses being black. You know, that we don't do good business.
Are you guys doing the Mary J. Blige Good Morning Gorgeous tour?
We are.
Okay, so I want you to walk me through that process and how you acquired that.
So I think it's a couple of things, and that's a great question, Angie. So I think we have to finish answering your question first on how we got there, right? Because it's demonstrated in the work that we did with the first 2 major tours, Envy, right? So when you look at Polestar now and you see the success of the Night Tour, top 10 tour, right? You see success of the Culture Tour, New Edition, Jodeci, Charlie Wilson, another top 10 tour. Well, for the first half of the
That was all y'all?
That's all us.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
top 10 in the world.
When you look at Polestar and you look at the top 10 tours for the first half of the year, those are the only 2 black tours. That's the Black Promoters Collective. So when you say, how are you guys getting treated? Yes, treated one way prior to, treated another way after.
Gotcha.
Now let me pivot to your question. That now allows us to romanticize and package our business to now go to the queen of our culture that we all grew up with as hip hop kids, right? And say, okay, Mary,
Proof of concept.
Check the
it
roster.
worked.
Here's the case studies, right? We love you. We know who you are. We know what you mean to us. You're now coming off the Super Bowl, Billboard Icon Award, right? You know, let's partner, and here's what we can do. Here's what we do. To Gary's point, not only from a business perspective, from below the line level, but an above the line level. Look, we're credible in the streets and in the boardrooms, and I think that affords us a different narrative than the big box companies that you guys talked about, right? We can do it in both arenas, which it allows us to maneuver in ways that the other folks can't.
I can see her and her team being excited also to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And we're buying millions of dollars worth of media, guys, and we're doing it all internally, right? So we're doing the digital, the social, the mobile, the radio, the street teams, the grassroots. That's all us. So we're ultimately, in effect, an agency unto ourselves. So to Gary's point, now we can go have big brand conversations and partnerships and we're doing social partnerships as well. You know, you saw during the culture tour, New Edition was going into the boys' clubs, giving bikes back, right, to the kids. You saw presentations to foundations across all these cities that were happening on the tours. You saw Maxwell talking about really black culture things in ways that he was not prior to this tour. That's it. That's how we're partnering with our people, with our talent, in ways that the other big boxes aren't necessarily doing. Why? Because we come from the places that they come from, and we're looking at life through the same lenses that they are.
I love it, man. The unity and group operation is a must. Like, it's honestly the only way to move is if you're black now. You got to move as a collective.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cooperative
I mean,
economics.
That's right.
This business is about scalability. People want to know how big, far, and wide that you can take their brand. And, you know, being a small operation, you know, it's only going to go so far because, you know, culture is culture. That's fine. But if you're a global brand, you want to partner with people that can take you globally. That just makes sense. That's just business. That's not even black or green or blue. That's just business.
You can secure endorsements and
all of that.
Yeah.
That's it.
All of that.
And this whole thing is going full circle because my first show that I ever did, I was right next to this man right here. And Kevin Hunter, my first concert at the Paradise Theater.
Paradise Theater, yeah.
That was my first concert, right? I had to really convince some people to make it happen.
You must have a small budget if you had.
Who was the artist? I'm trying to think.
It was a comedy show. It was it was called Who's the Next Biggest Comedian or something like that. We came up with it, and we were supposed to do it with Donnell Jones. He didn't show up, and we wound up getting Life Jennings. And we did 1,700 people. I would never forget. In a 3,700 seat venue. And it was crazy. I wound up owning that same venue a couple years later.
Wow.
And that was the start of our career.
Wow. Well, congratulations and good luck. And definitely, if you're out there, pick up your tickets to go see Mary J. Blige.
You know that.
The Good Morning Gorgeous tour.
And Troy, I know you're from Boston, so you having a party for the Warriors tonight after they beat y'all in Game 6
Don't
of the finals?
Don't let him talk to you like that. Don't let him talk to you like that.
Did he say something?
It's the Black Promoters Collective. Thank you for joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Thank you.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, you got a positive note?
My positive note is simply this, man. Instead of ignoring loss and trauma or moving quickly past them, we can choose to slow down, sit with each loss, examine it, grieve it, because it's better to sink in and experience it now than to find yourself drowning years later in losses that had no voice.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?